What if I told you that everything you have been seeking, every dream, every answer, every spark of inspiration, has already been seeking you? Imagine that the universe is not a cold, indifferent place, but a living, breathing entity that is aware of your deepest desires and intentions. This idea, ancient yet profoundly modern, has been whispered by mystics, philosophers, and seekers throughout the ages. They all point toward the same radical truth. The moment you genuinely align yourself with what you truly seek, it begins to move toward you. It's not magic in the childish sense, nor is it mere wishful thinking. It is a principle of consciousness, a law of resonance, a subtle dance between what you project and what the universe mirrors back. Consider this. How often do we chase after goals, relationships, or opportunities with a desperate urgency, as though they are running away from us? We plan, we strategize, we hustle, yet somehow the more force we apply, the more elusive our objectives seem. The irony is that the energy of pursuit, when tainted by anxiety, fear, or obsession, creates resistance rather than attraction. What we seek requires a different approach, one that transcends effort and enters the realm of alignment, awareness, and receptivity. When you are aligned, your intentions are clear, your mind is focused, and your emotions are attuned. The universe, in turn, responds, not because it owes you anything, but because your state of being resonates with the frequency of what you are meant to encounter. Philosophers from Plato to modern thinkers have all hinted at this principle. Plato spoke of the forms, perfect archetypes existing beyond the material world, suggesting that the ideal essence of everything we desire already exists. Mystics call it the law of attraction, though that term often oversimplifies the depth of the phenomenon. They understood that it is not a matter of simply asking for something, but becoming the version of yourself who is naturally in harmony with it. The seeker and the sought are not separate. They are intrinsically linked in a subtle, invisible exchange. It is as if the universe whispers, "You cannot chase me, but when you see me clearly, I will meet you halfway." To grasp this fully, you must examine the state of your consciousness. Your mind is not merely a passive observer of reality, it is a co-creator. Every thought, emotion, and belief you hold sends ripples through the fabric of your experience. If your thoughts are chaotic, fearful, or uncertain, they generate interference. If your mind is calm, focused, and clear, it creates pathways for your intentions to manifest. This does not mean that life will be effortless, nor does it remove challenges, but it does mean that the alignment of your inner state with your goals accelerates their arrival. You begin to notice signs, synchronicities, and opportunities that previously went unnoticed. Doors open not because you demand them, but because your being has prepared the way. Consider the stories of individuals who have achieved seemingly impossible things. It is rarely sheer luck or brute force that guides them. Often, it is their unwavering clarity, their ability to hold a vision without desperation, and their openness to receive that brings what they seek into their lives. They report moments of uncanny coincidence, sudden clarity, and people or events arriving almost magically at the right time. These are not accidents. They are the natural consequences of resonance, of tuning oneself to the frequency of one's own desires. It is not about controlling external circumstances. It is about harmonizing your internal state with the reality you wish to create. Yet, there is a subtle trap many fall into. We mistake wanting for alignment. We believe that desire alone, intensity alone, is sufficient. We chase, we fixate, we cling, and in doing so, we push the very thing we seek further away. True alignment is paradoxical. It is about wanting without grasping, acting without forcing, and knowing without overthinking. It is about cultivating patience, trust, and faith in the unseen currents that guide life. The seeker becomes still, not out of resignation, but out of understanding that stillness is the fertile ground from which manifestation grows. Like a tree rooted deep in the soil, it does not rush toward the sun, yet it grows steadily and inevitably toward light. Spiritual traditions often emphasize the importance of inner work in this process. Meditation, self-reflection, journaling, and contemplation are not simply practices for calm. They are methods of refining the mind and heart so that they resonate with truth. When your inner landscape is cluttered with fear, doubt, and resentment, the frequency of what you truly seek cannot find a foothold. By clearing mental and emotional space, you create a receptive vessel. The more you nurture this alignment, the more easily the universe can bring forth the people, circumstances, and insights that correspond to your goals. The seeker and the sought begin to converge in a dance of consciousness. Even in the mundane, this principle reveals itself. A small idea, a fleeting intuition, a chance encounter. These are often the whispers of what is already seeking you. If you are attentive, you will notice them. If you are distracted or impatient, they pass unnoticed, leaving you to believe in randomness. Awareness is the key. It is the lens through which the invisible becomes visible. To those who are attuned, the world becomes a symphony of signals, each one a clue, a guide, a nudge toward that which has been moving toward them all along. The difference is not in effort, but in perception, in the ability to receive and recognize. Philosophically, this challenges our conventional ideas of causality. We are accustomed to thinking that we act upon the world, and then the world reacts. What if the reality is more subtle? What if, by simply embodying clarity, purpose, and openness, we are already setting into motion the conditions for what we seek? It is a shift from a linear mindset to a circular one, where intention, perception, and outcome are intertwined in a feedback loop. The universe is not waiting for us to knock. It is already responding, quietly, patiently, and inevitably, to the alignment of our being. The profound question, then, is not how to chase your desires, but how to become a being that is in resonance with them. How do you cultivate that inner state of alignment? How do you learn to listen to the subtle cues, the quiet synchronizations, the gentle guidance that the universe provides? The answer lies in both attention and detachment. You give attention to your true goals, your values, and your vision, and you simultaneously release the grip of desperation, doubt, and over-control. It is in this balance, this tension between focus and surrender, that what you seek begins to move toward you with uncanny precision. Every day presents opportunities to practice this principle. In moments of quiet reflection, ask yourself, am I aligned with what I truly desire, or am I caught in the currents of fear, habit, or external expectation? Notice the subtle signals in your life, the coincidences that seem too precise to be accidental, the people who appear just when needed. These are not random. They are the footprints of resonance, of alignment, of a truth that is moving toward you even before you acknowledge it. To live with this awareness is to live in a state of curiosity, vigilance, and wonder, knowing that life itself is conspiring for your growth. Now, as we continue, imagine the subtle power of patience and trust in this process. Life rarely delivers in the exact way we imagine, but when we maintain clarity and alignment, what we seek begins to arrive in forms we might not anticipate. The universe has a language, and it speaks in symbols, coincidences, and synchronicities. A conversation, a book, a fleeting thought. These can all carry the essence of what has been moving toward you all along. It requires a heightened awareness, a willingness to see the extraordinary in the ordinary, and a readiness to act when opportunity emerges. Those who are attuned do not force. They respond, they flow, and in doing so, they allow what is already seeking them to find its natural path into their lives. Consider the stories of sages and visionaries who changed the world. Many recount moments of clarity where they felt as if the answers, the opportunities, or the guidance had appeared exactly when needed, almost as if the universe anticipated their readiness. These experiences are not accidents. They are the manifestation of resonance. Their inner state, refined by contemplation, courage, and clarity had aligned with the forces around them. In these moments, the distinction between seeker and sought dissolves, and a profound unity emerges. What you desire is already moving toward you because your consciousness has opened the path. The secret is not in struggle, but in the cultivation of the self and attunement to the invisible currents that guide reality. This principle challenges conventional notions of effort and success. We live in a culture that glorifies relentless pursuit, hustle, and outward achievement. Yet, if the law of resonance is true, the outer struggle alone cannot produce fulfillment. It is the internal state, the quality of attention, the purity of intention, and the depth of awareness that magnetizes opportunity. Effort without alignment can feel exhausting and futile, while alignment without forced effort creates effortless flow. This does not mean inaction, it means intelligent, conscious action, guided by insight rather than anxiety. In this way, you become a conduit through which your goals naturally emerge into reality. The interplay of desire and surrender is delicate. Too much attachment can create resistance, while too little focus can diffuse energy. The path lies in cultivating a centered, receptive state, one that is grounded yet open, intentional yet relaxed. Meditation, journaling, reflective inquiry, and mindfulness are tools that refine this capacity. They train the mind to distinguish between fleeting wants and genuine aspirations, to notice subtle signs, and to maintain equilibrium amid uncertainty. In doing so, the seeker becomes a vessel, ready to receive what has already been moving toward them, and the journey itself transforms into a dialogue with the universe rather than a solitary struggle. Synchronicities become particularly illuminating once awareness is cultivated. A chance encounter, a sentence read in a book, a song that resonates profoundly. These are not random events, but markers on a path of resonance. They indicate alignment between your inner state and external reality. When recognized and acted upon, they accelerate the convergence of the seeker and the sought. Ignored, they fade into the background noise, leaving the impression of randomness. Awareness is the skill of noticing, discerning, and responding with intentionality. Through this skill, the universe's guidance becomes tangible, and the previously invisible thread of destiny comes into view. Philosophically, this understanding dissolves the illusion of separation. We are not isolated entities randomly navigating a chaotic cosmos. We are participants in a web of relationships, energies, and consciousness that constantly interacts with our own inner state. Each thought, each intention, each moment of clarity shapes the trajectory of what is seeking us. By refining our inner landscape, we indirectly shape the outer world. The distinction between cause and effect blurs, and life unfolds as a co-creation between self and cosmos. This is the profound liberation of seeing that what you seek has always been moving toward you. It is already a part of the story you are living. Yet, this knowledge carries responsibility. Awareness of alignment does not absolve one from ethical action, discernment, or personal growth. It amplifies the impact of choices, requiring greater mindfulness and integrity. If the inner state is clouded by ego, greed, or fear, the forces moving toward you may manifest in ways that reinforce confusion or suffering. Alignment is not a shortcut. It is a refinement of consciousness, a commitment to clarity, authenticity, and ethical resonance. In practicing this, you not only attract what you seek, but you also cultivate the character necessary to engage with it responsibly and meaningfully. Every day offers practical opportunities to exercise this principle. Observe your thoughts and emotional responses. Notice patterns of attraction and repulsion. Cultivate moments of stillness where intention can crystallize. Engage with challenges not as obstacles, but as mirrors reflecting inner misalignment. Act when intuition signals the right course, and release when resistance arises. The practice is both subtle and profound. It transforms mundane decision-making into an active engagement with the forces that are already moving toward you. Gradually, life becomes a dialogue rather than a battle, a rhythm rather than a struggle. As you internalize this understanding, a remarkable shift occurs. Goals that once seemed distant or unattainable now appear naturally, often in unexpected forms. People, circumstances, and insights converge with a fluidity that seems almost magical. This is the essence of resonance, the harmony between inner state and external reality. What you seek does not have to be forced. It has been moving toward you all along. Your task is to attune yourself, to refine perception, and to maintain clarity and integrity. In this process, life itself becomes an unfolding revelation of interconnectedness, synchronicity, and purpose. Now, reflect on your own life. What is it that you have been seeking most earnestly? How might your inner state be attracting or repelling the very thing you desire? What subtle signs, coincidences, or opportunities have you overlooked because your mind was distracted or impatient? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights may illuminate this path for others, and in doing so, you continue the dance of seeker and sought. Awareness, reflection, and resonance are not abstract concepts. They are living practices that shape the very fabric of your reality. In conclusion, remember this: what you seek is already seeking you. This is not merely a comforting idea. It is a call to conscious living, to align intention, perception, and action with clarity and integrity. Life is a dialogue, a rhythm, and a dance between inner state and outer manifestation. Cultivate patience, trust, and awareness, and watch as synchronicities, guidance, and opportunities converge with astonishing precision. Embrace the process, honor your own journey, and engage with the world as a conscious participant. If you found this exploration valuable, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into philosophy, consciousness, and the hidden forces shaping our lives.